Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading, and my goodness, what a day it has been. I had my own readings lined up to do with that golden dress and the Hertz entrance, everybody hurts, things like that. They were going to be light-hearted, happy little readings, but it has not been a light-hearted, happy little day. In my own personal world, things have exploded that I didn't ever imagine would explode. We don't need to go into the details of that, but it has been quite a traumatic day. And then lo and behold, the news has just broken that big yellow taxi that Harry and Meghan were spotted in was involved in a near catastrophic car chase in New York after the awards ceremony where she wore that golden dress and was awarded what I was going to call very wittily the Golden Glow Award. And now that moment has probably passed forever. But anyway, we're in serious terrain now. In my opinion, we're in Crazyville now. If this is happening, I have seen the video. The alleged video. It seems to have been passed along to a supporter of Meghan and Harry. It's a nothing burger as far as I'm concerned. The taxi is sitting in the road. There's lights flashing. Doria has her eyes down. Harry is covering his face. Meghan has a smirk on her face. She doesn't look like someone who has been chased for 2 hours and in a near fatal car crash. But let me read the statement that has been released by the Parkles. It says, last night, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Ms. Ragland were involved in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. This relentless pursuit, lasting over 2 hours, resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians and 2 NYPD officers. While being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public, it should never come at the cost of anyone's safety. And it goes on to denounce anyone who is disseminating the photographs. And Daily Mail very quickly pulled the photos of the Parkles and Doria sitting in the big yellow taxi after the event. Harry, interestingly, was filming. He had his camera out and he was filming, his cell phone out, and he was filming. Just as he filmed that alleged car chase after the Well Child event in the UK all those years ago, when he was chased, and I use that word in inverted commas, by one slow-moving car. And then we had, of course, the Netflix docu when there was that chase involving the scooter, which many people suspect was staged. And interestingly, also, we have just heard reports of a stalker at the mudslide mansion in Montecito. And what is fascinating about all of this is that what is happening at the moment but Harry's judicial review proceedings, and a decision is imminent in all of that. And the Home Office is very clear that you cannot buy the services of the British Metropolitan Police. They are not for sale. And it looks like Harry is going to come unstuck there, although that is speculation. We're awaiting the outcome of that first level of application. So the timing is very interesting. Also interesting, the sort of Diana cosplay, the backseat photograph. It's all a little bit sus. So I'm using tarot because that's what we do with tarot. We dig around in things that seem a little bit strange and we try to read the energy around them, and we try to find out what in fact is going on. All for fun, all for entertainment, and it is all opinion, it is all speculation, it is archetypal energy that we read here and we try to analyze. And there is a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it from your own opinion about what happened to Harry, Meghan and Doria last night. I have the Tarot of the Abyss on the tarot table tonight because we seem to be, as I said at the beginning of this reading, in quite dark energy, dark and dangerous energy. I'm going to do a Celtic cross and I'm going to look at this incident and see how serious it was, how much danger that Harry and Meghan and Doria actually were in. I'm going to see if, as some people suspect, this was somewhat staged we're looking at a rumor and speculation purely. I want to know who and why they might have done this. I want to know how the court case is going, how the court case might be influenced by this incident. And I want to know about the Diana cosplaying. What's going on there? It feels to me a little bit crazy. I think we've got our cards now, our shuffle. It feels to me like we're tending into something dangerous now, something that's scary. I will use that word. That's my opinion. I feel like we're going into scary places here. Pressure that the Parkles are under, finances, paying for their security. It's obviously a big deal. Their hopes and fears right now. And then I'm going to have two outcomes of this reading. I'm going to have an outcome for the court case, the judicial review proceedings. From their point of view, how is it going to go? And I'm also going to have an outcome for their personal safety. I do recall doing a reading on this a while back to see how much danger they were in. And I did get danger, as far as I can recall. As I say, I've had quite a day myself, so I haven't had a chance to go back and look and see what precisely I saw in that reading. But I want to know, so two outcomes. If I forget to put the second outcome out, I will try and remember later on. We can always pull that card out from the deck. And so it's not the end of the world if I forget. But I want to know what's going on with personal safety, because as I say, my sense of this is that we are heading into somewhat dodgy territory here, where things could go bad. Things could go bad quite quickly. That maybe weren't intended. Maybe looking for sensation, maybe looking for to influence situations, court proceedings and stuff like that. Speculating, my opinion, of course, all my opinion. But it might just go horribly wrong, and I don't want that to happen, and I'm sure none of you do either. Wow. We've got a card that I had in my consciousness when I was thinking about doing this reading. As I say, the day took a sinister twist. And when I started thinking about this reading, Seven of Swords came to mind in reverse. It's precisely the card that I was expecting to see here underlying exposure. Exposure of something that is untoward, that is not kosher, that is not above board. Sometimes the Seven of Swords can even include criminal behavior, things that are just dodgy. And when the card is in the reverse, the Seven of Swords, it means exposure. It means sometimes having to confess, having to admit to something. And the speculation is rampant in the broader world, not obviously the Sussex side of things, but just generally that this is what we might say alleged rather than actual. So Seven of Swords confirms that for me as our underlying energy, very much so. So let's look at the general situation that they found themselves in last night. We got the Ten of Swords. That is the worst possible energy, the Ten of Swords. Defeat, ruin, down and out, absolute difficulty, stress, ruin, rock bottom, feeling defeated, feeling helpless, feeling betrayed, stabbed in the back. So very, very, very serious energy from their point of view, feeling like they're really up against it. I don't know, because I haven't gone far enough in this reading to know whether they're feeling up against it in terms of paparazzi and being hounded and chased and in danger, or whether they're feeling up against it because their attempts at PR and their attempts at eclipsing the royals are going so badly. I mean, arriving in that golden dress, the dress that looked like a quilt or a duvet spread in the Hertz car rental place was just really pretty bad. So that could be the Ten of Swords, but it could also be, oh, our lives are in danger and we are really, we don't know what to do. Help, we're absolutely stricken. So both are possible, and as a tarot reader, I have to say that both interpretations are absolutely possible. And so on we go. How how much danger were they being exposed to? A lot of people are saying a high-speed car chase for 2 hours in New York is just not possible. Gridlock, intersections, traffic lights, police everywhere. How is it possible that this went on for 2 hours in such a way that they were in mortal danger, near catastrophic car chase for 2 hours? So how real was this danger? We would like to know, please. We're entitled to ask that question with tarot cards. How real was this? We've got the devil. Oh dear. The devil is, of course, the card of lies and deception. That is what the devil does. He is the king of lies. He is the great deceiver. He is very toxic. He is very addicted to drama, you could say. And so the devil has shown up. So that tells me as a tarot reader, and of course I have to say for legal reasons, that this is just my opinion and my speculation. But for me as a tarot reader, when I see the devil in a situation like this, I have to say that I think that there is something untoward going on. We may not be getting the full truth. This may be a somewhat toxic situation. It's not telling me physical danger. It's telling me that there may be some distortion of the truth here. And so we move on to the underlying energy, the hidden energy. Tell us what's going on beneath the surface. Motivation for this incident, truth of this incident, who might have come up with this plan, if there was some element of staging in it, allegedly. So tell us anything that you would like to. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and there was a Queen of Pentacles in the car. A Virgo woman was in the car when this happened, when this went down. Just saying. But I'm not accusing at all of actually staging this or conspiring or designing this. My opinion of this card, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, is that we have seen an awful lot of Catherine, who is the Queen of Pentacles. We have seen Catherine shining very brightly in the firmament recently, in the royal firmament. And most recently, of course, playing the piano. Well, not even most recently. She was out and about again at some, I think it was children's thing, and she was playing games, and she was all sporty, and everybody loved her. She looked like she was having a marvelous time, and they all looked like they were loving having her around. And so we have got to compete with the Queen of Pentacles. And so my idea is that this is somehow the motive, the desire to take some of that shine away from her and bring the spotlight back onto Meghan Markle, who was of course there for an award in a gold dress, and we all know who wore a gold dress to great acclaim quite recently. And so that is my interpretation of the energy. Tell me, what was the focus, what was the goal with this event, this incident? What are they trying to prove with it, if anything? Speculating here. Knight of Cups, it's an appeal, it's an emotional appeal. The Knight of Cups, very much that's what the Knight of Cups is about. Cups are always emotional. They can be a little bit manipulative, even when they're upright, but they're tugging at the heartstrings and saying, look, I walked behind Mummy's coffin. She was killed. She was chased by paparazzi, and she died, and now my wife is at risk and my mother-in-law is at risk, and I can't protect them. I have offered to pay for protection in the UK, and I need that IPP status because I'm at risk even here in America. And I did see, as far as I can recall, and again I have to say, bad day, recollections may vary, I did see that the IPP status was up for consideration, that Harry might get it back as a result of this court case. I have seen that in a reading recently. As far as I can recall, please correct me in comments if I'm talking absolute rot. As I say, a bad day. But there it is, appealing to people's emotions, relying on that past experience. This is my opinion, of course, have to remind you. How has the court case been going up until now? We're into the past now. How's it been going? Three of Pentacles. Well, it's a teamwork. Not nearly as badly as one might suspect. It's a collaboration. It's a joint effort. We're all hands there, pulling at those ropes. So I would say that there is a lot going on that we are possibly not aware of, that there are a lot of people involved at various angles. When you're in a team, you assign tasks to people. That's what teams really do. You don't all just do the same thing. Somebody does one thing, somebody does another thing, and I think we have a team involved here with various angles, various strategies, various tasks, and one of those tasks might have played out in New York. And that is just my opinion and my speculation, given the Three of Pentacles representing teamwork. Coming up, as far as the court case goes, what is going to happen? And I did forget to put the other outcome card. So I'm bringing the cards back and I'm going to put it there now. And you'll just have to trust me that I haven't sat while I'm doing this reading and quickly gone through the cards and pulled out that card. But anyway, we'll get to it in due course. Tell us about the court case and now. What is going to be happening? What are the consequences of this in the very short term? This near catastrophic court case in New York. And please tell us. And we have got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It doesn't bode well for Harry and Meghan because I'm reading this from their point of view. It doesn't look like the establishment is going to be very sympathetic to their cause in the very near term. I've got another card looking at this going forward, because as I say, I myself have seen that Harry might actually get some joy out of this whole thing eventually. But 10 of Pentacles coming up in reverse means it might cost him some money, some big money. Of course, the government has already been complaining about the millions that they're having to spend on this judicial review proceeding that could be spent, of course, on actual policing for people who pay taxes and are entitled to be protected by the police as they go about their daily and their nocturnal, their nightly business. But the 10 of Pentacles tells me the establishment is not going to fall for this in the near term. And it could cost the Parkles big in terms of court costs, just generally. So next I want to know about the Diana cosplay, the sitting in the back of the car, the photos. It was quite triggering. It was remember when, way back 1997, we're going back there. So tell us about that. And this is the thing that made me uneasy when I saw it, and I thought, oh no, are we really going there? Do we want to push this there and risk that again? Do we really want to do that? So that's what we're asking now. And we have got the 8 of Cups in reverse, and it's exactly the right kind of energy, the energy that I was intuiting. The universe has told me, yes, I'm on the money here with this card. 8 of Cups is leaving your sorrows behind, walking away from something that was incredibly painful, hurtful, depressing, devastating even. But the card is in the reverse, can't move past it. Harry does not seem able to let go of what happened with his mother and what happened to him as a boy. And it seems to me that at some level he is being triggered, he is being played. This is my opinion. That there might be some influence, there might be some reminders that might be a little bit unkind, just needling him, pushing him, so that he's constantly in pain. The 8 of Cups in reverse is somebody who is constantly in pain, can't heal from something, can't move on from something. And so, yeah, there is a lot of emotional drama here and a lot of problems with this 8 of Cups in reverse for sure. Tell me about pressure that the Parkles might be under. And in particular, I want to know about financial pressure in terms of paying for this security. We saw at the sushi bar, they were the ones with a big burly sort of fellow trotting along behind them, and as I said in my reading yesterday, where does that person go while they're eating their sushi? And so pressure for the Parkles in terms of paying for security. That's my first thought. But anything else universe would like to tell us? What might be a pressure that they're under? And we got the Four of Cups in reverse. And this is the Megxit. I go back to Megxit with this Four of Cups because my Four of Cups is a rejection card when it's upright. Is, oh no, that's not good enough. It's not interesting. It's not tempting enough. There was an offer made that wasn't accepted in the Megxit negotiations at Sandringham all those years ago. And the Parkles wanted half in, half out, and they were told absolutely not. Off you go, bye-bye. Oh, and by the way, you can't have your security. You're going to have to pay for it yourselves. And the card has come out in reverse, which means it's a do-over. I always say that, the Four of Cups in reverse. It's a strange card, though. It's like, if I could have that chance again, I would do it differently. I would play my hand differently. I would engage differently with the situation. So their pressure is they messed up. When the first time this came around in Sandringham, when Meghan, of course, was in Canada, she wasn't allowed to participate in negotiations, had to do it all by himself, and he complained at length bitterly in his book about that. The royals, of course, were afraid that their conversations would be recorded by Meghan Markle, allegedly, and even had the library swept for bugs, allegedly, and I have read on that as well. So this is the sort of regret over what happened the last time round when they lost their royal protection officers, and are wishing now to get it back somehow. It's not a money card, but one can speculate that it's rather painful to have to pay every month for something that the British taxpayer was paying for before, or the Canadian taxpayer, or possibly even the American taxpayer. And as I recall, when I looked at this a while back, I saw that somehow the American taxpayers were paying for this unbeknownst to them. So tell us hopes and fears for the Parkles around this whole security issue. Seven of Cups, they want to keep their options open. They still would like to have their head in the clouds, their castles in the air. That's the Seven of Cups. It's a very good depiction of the Seven of Cups. With all Cups cards, they can be sort of quite hard to pin down and describe and actually interpret as tarot readers, especially when you're learning. But the Seven of Cups is about being deluded, being self-deceptive, thinking that you have more possibilities than you actually do. So in terms of hopes and fears, they're hopeful that this is all going to come good for them. That ultimately they're going to get their way, they're going to get paid for security, they're going to get IPP status and all the perks that go with it, the free travel everywhere, the immunity that they have as internationally protected persons, all of that stuff. Very valuable for them, and extremely valuable. It makes them super important, much more important than Cameron Diaz and Gwyneth Paltrow, for instance. They're not IPPs, and they can never dream of being unless one of them ran for office suddenly, unexpectedly. So I'm still a bit deluded there, but optimistic that this is possible still. So let's see outcome. First outcome is the court case itself. How's it going to go ultimately for Harry? Is he going to win this round, or win? Is he going to get justice? He may well. It may actually happen in the end that he gets what he thinks is a fair deal. That he gets protection restored. I can imagine right now in Buckingham Palace, all kinds of conversations are taking place. How crazy is this going to get? We got the crazy card down here with the Eight of Cups. My opinion, that's how I'm interpreting the energy. How crazy is this going to get? How many risks are they going to take? What are they going to do? What are they going to set up? What are they going to expose themselves to? If they haven't literally set this up, how much are they going to expose themselves to harm in order to succeed? We have the Justice card here. They may actually get their protection reinstated. So brace yourselves for that. How much danger are they really in? That's the second outcome card that I want to know. Are they really at risk? And in particular, Meghan. Is this something that we need to worry about, keep an eye on? Is this something, is this energy that she's kind of inviting into her life, because one can invite energy into one's life by being very focused on it. Of course one can. That's the power of manifesting, the law of attraction, all of that stuff. So is she inviting actual harm into her life by doing this or exposing herself to this kind of situation? Allegedly. And let's throw in all those disclaimers, remind you of the disclaimer in the box below. Just tarot for fun, for entertainment, to learn from archetypal energy. What's going to happen to her? And I hate to say this, but yes, it is possible. In terms of the energy that I am picking up, I've got the Nine of Wands, but the Nine of Wands in reverse. And you can see that the Nine of Wands represents someone who is injured, who has been harmed, who has, when the card is upright, got some sort of defensive system around them, protection around them, RPOs, those kinds of things. In this context, one can read that card as saying that. But the card is in the reverse. That means that those barriers are down. That means that that person could get harmed very much. And I have to say that this is me reading energy, me interpreting it, me speculating, me saying what cards mean to me as a tarot reader here. And I do see with the Nine of Wands in reverse that she is vulnerable. She could be in danger. And so this is serious. This is a serious situation, very serious situation. And I have to stress that. And wow, what a day. What a way to end a day. Thank you for watching. That's the only reading today. Very, very, very bad energy as I'm doing this reading. I don't have strength in me for another one. And take care, everyone. Take care in this energy. And I hope that Harry and Meghan are wise enough to take care in this energy too, and not take risks that may lead to consequences that they did not intend.